just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Nat.
It's Nia, and welcome back to Full Figured. We're so excited to be back in rotation and back to our regular filming schedule. So thank you for having us, and we are grateful to have you here.
Yes, regular scheduled programming. We're just happy. I'm drunk. First and foremost, Nia made me a shot. I don't know what it was. I made a very botched espresso martini. Don't fucking come at me about the espresso martini anymore. It's on the rocks. It's very blonde, just like me. I botched it. I put way too much Tito's vodka in it because I am Polish. So we put a lot of vodka in there, and I had to add a lot more cream to even it out because it's fucking strong.
That's all good.
The reason why mine looks filled is because I put more ice in it. But anyway, so we have a fun-filled episode for you. We're going to be covering a lot of topics in the bartending world, and we're really excited about it. I think this is going to be a really funny tangent episode. So,
I think so.
How's your week? How's everything going for you, Nia?
It's been good, Right now, it's not really busy season at the hotel, but because we're back to being understaffed, a lot of us are having to sort of fill in and pick up more hours. So I'm back to having to work very full time, 40 plus hours at the hotel, which is fine. I've enjoyed having a little bit of my life back, getting to go back to line dancing and doing more things that I enjoy on the weekends. So that's been nice, and I've enjoyed it while it's been there. But right now it's time to grind. It's time to make some money. It's time to whip the jiggers out and get to shaking. That's where it is right now. You, ma'am, have an announcement to make.
I do have an announcement to make. So I am leaving my job at the hotel for multiple reasons, but the main one is the commute is killing me. The older you get, the more you realize time is money. I don't really have time to sit in an hour of traffic on the way to work and, an hour back. Sometimes it turns into 2 on the way there. So I decided to be on call, so I'm not cutting ties with the hotel. I still do love it. I love everybody there. It's bittersweet. It makes me really sad. I cried the whole way when I was going to do it. Of course. So I did apply to another bartending gig in Clarksville, downtown. It's going to be 5 miles versus 50. So it's going to cut down on a lot of driving, a lot of stress, me being late all the time, which is a pet peeve of mine. So I hate that. And yeah, I also am probably going to be working very, very part-time at my gym, just at the desk, very early mornings. So she's going through a transition era, but that doesn't mean that I won't be behind the bar at the hotel. But yeah, that's my announcement.
Yeah, she'll be missed.
Thank you. You don't have to lie.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going through a time. I mean, right now, I'm not even gonna lie, we've lost including Natalie, we've lost about 5 bartenders in the past month, which is incredible to think about how many people we've lost in that short span of time. Bartenders alone, servers come and go, but when you lose bartenders, you always have to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Pick up where everyone falls off. So that's pretty much what I'm having to do right now is I'm having to cover all the hours that...
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not just you. Like I said, it's 5 other bartenders. So a lot of us are just sort of having to pick up the pieces, but it's all good. It happens, especially when you're, like you said, you have a long commute. You're not making a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
It's just you got to find something that's best for you. So
Mhm.
I totally get it. That is all good. It's all
Thank
good.
you. Thank you so much.
It's all right.
Thanks for the support. So the podcast does not end. Actually, it might be more convenient.
This is the end. This is the last episode.
Bitch.
You're witnessing it. We're at episode 10. It stops after episode 10.
Bitch, you ain't gonna cap the episode without my knowledge.
It's caps. Surprise.
It's actually going to be easier for us to film because she usually has Mondays off and my restaurant is closed on Mondays. So, therefore,
It's over.
this bitch gonna make me crazy right now. Crazy pants in this bitch. Any announcements?
No,
Anything
just-
else you want to tell me?
It's over.
Anything else you want to tell me? Anything else you want to break up with?
I'm pregnant. Can you imagine? That was my announcement to like everyone. Like the father and everyone. It's just on the podcast.
Who's
And
the
the-
daddy?
I don't know. Drake.
Drake. I know you're on tour. I know you're fucking
It's really easy.
at Berlizzi.
At
If you send me another story or post
He's
from
so-
Berlizzi, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
He is just a beautiful man.
Okay. Sure.
Just saying. I just want everyone to know Berlizzi is
He ain't no Idris Elba.
so fun. I mean, Idris Elba, you can't touch Idris Elba. You can't. There are 3 men that you can't touch: Idris Elba, Shamar Moore, and Boris Kodjoe. The 3 finest men in Hollywood.
To me, it's Idris Elba, Jake Gyllenhaal, Daddy. Before his scandal, James Franco, but we're not going to talk about that anymore. And Leo, my baby boy Leo.
DiCaprio?
Yes. The fuck you mean? What the fuck does that look mean?
Ugh.
Oh, what?
I mean, like, he's a great actor, but like,
He's beautiful. And
More than
he's
Shamar.
saving the environment.
more than Shamar.
I don't know who the fuck Shamar is. I'm gonna be. Let's look him
Put up a
up.
picture of Shamar Moore on the screen for future Nia.
So,
From Criminal Minds?
yeah, he's good looking.
Girl, get out of here with that. Him and Boris Kodjoe.
I don't know who that is either.
Unfreaking touchable. Black German man. You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Shamar's more.
They're both fine.
He's giving.
Every man that's
Actually,
ever
I'm not
starred in
gonna
a
say
Tyler
it.
Perry
I'm not
movie.
gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because that's people are gonna really come at me.
He's so fine. Remember when we were talking about our podcast? We
Yeah.
were talking about our celeb crushes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys, but they love to hear this.
Yeah.
People love this shit.
Berlizzi.
Okay. Well. Hi, guys. How are you? Okay, we're back and better than ever. So right now, we are going to get into types of tippers. We've been experiencing since the beginning of time types of tippers and all of that. So we'll talk about the shitty tippers. Would you like to start?
It's the people that come in and they rack up $150 tab and they only tip $5 on the entire tab.
It hurts me.
Do you know how much work I just did for you? Do you
Mhm.
know what I just had to go through? Your
Yeah.
entire entourage that you brought in to my bar, and now you only want to tip me $5. And I was nice to y'all. Like I'm not nice to everybody. I'm like short with some people, but like, you know, I made y'all a bunch of you asked for quality cocktails. You asked for signature. I want something different. Like you're sitting there asking me for things in your cocktail, and I comply and I make it, And then you rack up $150 tab and you only tip me $5.
Yeah, it's also the shitty tippers for me is when you literally have a drawn out full conversation with them. And like they love you. You could tell they're like, oh my God, are you going to be here tomorrow? Are you going to be here the next day? All this stuff. Obsessed with you.
Yes. Yes. I had that the other night, Sunday.
Me too. I had it yesterday. Love these people. They're like, we're going to take care of you. So I put down their bill. It's $105, $10. That's less than 10%. Granted, they were from Canada. We've had a lot of Canadians come in. Have you noticed that?
I haven't.
There's a lot of Canadians coming in because apparently in Canada, construction workers get 2 weeks off at the same time in the summer. So it's at the end of July. So right now, Canadians have 2 weeks off, and this Canadian couple is like going on a road trip around the US or whatever. And then they were like, you know, going off about how Canada is like a much better place to live than the US. And like, I have to sit there like, I don't fucking know. And I don't really fucking care, to be honest. But I have to sit there like, you're right. Absolutely. Sure. Because I'm poor. Guys, I'm in a lot of credit card debt right now.
That's okay.
And girl's trying to survive. So if I gotta kiss some ass to survive, I will. So sure, Canada's great. They said some great things. They're really nice. But then you tip me that much. I'm alone at the bar with you. Like, don't play your girl like that.
Yeah, that's bogus. I had a group of wild women, and you know they're for the most part, you know, they're tipping fine. But this woman, she was like, "Are you sharing tips tonight?" I was like, "No, it's just me in the bar tonight." She's like, "Okay, well, can you like charge me for something? I really want to tip you. I really want to tip you.
Oh,
like,
God.
can you just run me for a Coke, and I'll tip you." I was like, "Okay." So I ran the Coke. And I gave her the tab. She tipped me $1. You did all the dramatic. I'm gonna tip you. Like, please run me a tab so that I can tip you $1.
You're lying.
I'm so dead ass. I was like, bro, you can just keep it.
I would have literally been like, what the fuck was the point of that?
She kept asking me. She was like, "Can I, like, are you gonna share tips? Like, make sure you print me a tab so I can tip you."
It's because she thought you were gonna say no. It's that she thought you were gonna be like, girl, no, don't worry, I don't need your money.
And I didn't.
Because never in our state where money's not guaranteed, baby, you run that scent, you run that Coke, you run all of that, all of that. It's I'm going to take care of you for me. Because that could go either way. It's I'm going to take care of you. So then they're trying to psychologically fuck you to be like, okay, they're going to take care of me. They're going to tip me fat. I have to be on my best behavior and I have to be basically like catering to them. It goes one of two ways. There's a fork in the road. One fork that goes west says, yeah, they're not going to tip you fat. They're going to be like, I'll take care of you. But it's like in this old grandfather who tips 5%. Then there's the East Fork that's like, oh shit, they took care of me. You know? Because there was a group that came up. We actually worked their event last week together on the rooftop. And then the next day, a couple of them came back. It was like 5 of them. And he was like, can you run my tab? Can you just put it on the tab from last night? Like, that's not funny. I can't do that. So move along. But I was like, no, you know, that tab's long closed, whatever. He's like, okay, well, we're going to take care of you. So I was like, dope. Okay. Like, you know, I take that with a grain of salt. Their tab came to $300 and they tipped me $100. So that's 30%. I can't do fucking math. No. That's 60.
That is
40-ish%, 40 something and change.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, you know, I was 30%.
No.
300 divided. I'm
it's
drunk.
It's her trying to do math.
I'm not looking it up. Drop in the comments how much that is, okay? DM me. Obviously, I'm not a math major, okay? So I was very happy. So that was the East Fork. I would say 2 out of 10 times that happens when they say, I'll take care of you. That happens only 2 out of 10 times that they actually take care of you.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
2 out of 10 times? I don't know that. I mean, it seems kind of low. I would say it's kind of low.
I'm just cynical at the moment.
She's in her feelings. That's why she's leaving. But I don't know. I feel like when there is a big group, especially when there's a business group, it is hit or miss. With these because when you work at a hotel, you get a lot of conferences that come in. The business conferences where it's like a big company, and they're having all their employees come in, have a conference. They'll do a happy hour, and that's when they have like a big event like bar tab. It's on consumption. You put everything on a big tab, and either they will tip you at the end of the night on like an account that you put in there, or they'll tip you cash and they'll give that to the sales coordinator, and they split that between all of the people that work the event. So it really can just be hit or miss, especially if it's like what we call a premium package, where you're not ringing anything in and you're just working, you're giving them what they want. So then people start to tip you and everything. They give you cash, or at the end of the night, the person who's the head of the event will come up to you and be like, "Can I just leave? Can I leave y'all a tip?"
Yes.
That very rarely happens. Now, in that case, yes, 2 out of 10, I would definitely say happens.
Yeah. And if it's random people that are trying to pay the tab or like penny charge or stuff like that, you got to realize like they might be paying with corporate credit card. And I used to work in an office, so I had not a corporate, but like a business credit card. You are only allowed, and every business is different depending on how much they make. Say I was going to pick up a lunch for an event, because I used to be an event coordinator back in the day in Alaska. I was only allowed to tip 18%. So I would pick up food, pay 18% on that card, and then give some extra cash of my own, which I didn't have to do, but being in the service industry, you feel some type of way.
Right.
So yeah, it's a big divide when people say, "I'll take care of you." Are you gonna take care of me? Are you gonna buy me a mani-pedi? Or are you just gonna slide me $1 on a Coke that you begged to ring up?
Because when there's a person that, you know, is like a big tipper and they're tipping you, they like to let you know that they just left you a tip. So they'll do this thing where they'll be like, "Thank you for taking care of me." And they'll look away and be like,
Yes. It's the
"Thank you."
It's the knock knock, who's there? Here's your tip, bitch. That's how it goes.
They want you to see that they left,
but
you
they don't want to make eye contact with you.
Yes.
There's oh my God, there's a bird.
Thank you.
Oh my God, did you see that behind me?
Thanks. Thank you.
I love that you put the rose and I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the, oh my God, there's a rose in that flower pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people are funny to me, because it's like, yeah, I acknowledge you that you left the tip, and trust me, I knew that you were putting that tip down when you were writing it. So at that point, yeah, I'm going to be like, thank you so much. Like, I hope y'all have a good night. Now,
yes.
My tone will completely change if you left a crap tip, which I saw those women do. And I was like, yeah, have a good night. Have a good night.
It's like, I was just kikiing with you. Now I'll kick your fucking ass out the door. It goes from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, you leave me a shitty tip, I will fucking make you feel like the scum on my shoe. Literally. Because
why? Like, I understand why people get frustrated when it comes to, like, you know, when it comes to they're taking care of these people and they don't get taken care of back. Because, you know, golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. If you want good service, take care of the people that are taking care of you, you know? So if I just spent over an hour taking care of you, making you these craft cocktails, putting exactly what you want in a cocktail, going to my back fridge to grab something, running, sprinting all the way back to the bar just to put it in the one cocktail, and then you tip me less than 5%, yeah, have a good night. And I mean that in the worst way possible.
And I hope the motherfucking door hits you on the motherfucking way out. On God.
We do a lot of things to take care of people. And when you're not taken care of back, it's just, it really takes a toll on you, because we're in the hospitality business for a reason.
Yes.
We enjoy taking care of people. We enjoy, you know, giving these craft cocktails and giving this excellent service and making memories with people, you know. Sometimes when you don't do it back, yeah, we're making memories. We're making memories.
Wow, you can read me like a fucking book, huh? You read me like a fucking book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make memories.
But it's just like, it really wears on you, and you're just constantly going out of your way for people, and then they don't retaliate. So it gets annoying, and makes you not want to do it. Now, going back to your large groups. So say like your conference groups, or when the woo girls want to come in. It's just like, when there's a big group of like 6 or more people, and I hear the woo woo, if I hear that coming in, oh, that's a gratuity. That's a
gratuity.
That's a 20% right there.
That's a 20%. That's an autograph for you and your host. Straight up autograph.
I don't have time.
No, we don't have time.
Because it's constant. It's the same thing every single time. They're coming in as a big group. They're all ordering all these cocktails, and they're probably not going to leave a tip. So what am I going to do? If it's 6 or more people, I'm going to put an auto gratuity on there.
100%.
It's just a given. If you come to Nashville, if you come to our hotel, if you come to our bar, and there's more than like 5 of you, I'm going to put a gratuity on there.
100%.
It's just, it is what it is. Now, in that situation, if there's a large group, usually if they will go down the list and see all these different charts, they see the gratuity on there, they're probably not going to leave a tip. I knew that was going to happen. You weren't going to leave a tip regardless. So that's why we put the gratuity on there.
I did have this group on Saturday. Ed Sheeran was in town, and I don't know, we got fucking slammed before Ed Sheeran. Which I think Ed Sheeran's great, but I didn't even know he was in town.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what concert was, whatever. There was a group of these Canadian hockey boys, and they came up to the rooftop. It was just me. The person who comes in second wasn't in yet, like, whatever. And they were very needy, and they were, like, drinking. So I was like, there's 10 of them, so I'm allowed to autograph them. But I'm not a lead and I'm not a manager, so I couldn't autograph them like myself. So I have to call a manager who's nowhere to be found, of course. And I'm like, you have to autograph them. And they're like, when? And I'm like, well, they want to leave now, so you have to autograph them now. And they're like, you know, taking their sweet time. They finally do. I drop the check off and they're like, is there a tip included on this already? And of course I want to lie and say no, but like if they wanted to read it, like, you know, I'm never going to lie. So I was like, yes. And they're like, oh, do you have to do auto gratuity? And I was like, yeah, it automatically applies for 8+ people. I think it's even 6+, right? In our hotel. Usually it's 6 or 8, or every hotel or every restaurant has different numbers. But they're like, do you have to auto grad us that much? And I'm like, yes, I do. Because I swallowed a lot of shit for you guys. One of these douchebags is calling me darling. I'm like, you guys doing okay? He's sitting like a toddler. I'm thirsty. Of course I'm going to auto-grat your dumbass. Are you kidding me? There's no fucking way I will not. So you got to read who you're auto-gratting. If a group comes in, it's just like, if I was a server, I went through this, not a bartender yet, I was a server. There was like a group of like 25 kids post fucking field trip.
Yeah.
I didn't auto-grat them.
Mm-hmm.
I fucked myself that day. I worked so fucking hard getting your fucking 97 Shirley Temples, all this stuff, making pictures of Shirley Temples to get maybe $20 from a table of that many people. That's $1 per person less. So of course, auto-grat the shit out of those losers because you won't make your dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah, it's ridiculous with the big groups because it's like, if I don't auto-grat you, you're probably not going to tip me in the first place because the prices of our cocktails, even our basic liquor prices are already so high.
They are high.
We're doing this thing and I'm so against it. That's why I'm speaking on it right now. We are so in the red as a hotel that they're doing this thing where they bring up all the liquor prices up by $1 on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So for your basic vodka sodas, Jack and Cokes, gin and tonics, all of them base price $15. That is criminal to me.
Criminal.
I'm flabbergasted by the fact that the prices of all of our wells are that high. Because, I mean, I get it. It's Nashville, it's downtown. You know, you're gonna be paying high prices like that wherever you go. But to charge these people that much on top of sales tax, on top of the liquor tax, on top of CCR fees, on top of CSC, it just seems criminal to me to charge these people that much money.
Yeah.
So you're causing your bartenders to lose money because you are tacking up your prices in order to gain any sort of revenue as a hotel. It blows my mind how we are just, stealing from these people.
Agreed. It's legal theft.
Yes.
It is legal theft.
It completely flabbergasts me.
I know. I agree. Because, I went out drinking in Clarksville down here this past weekend, and, I'm pulling out my cash for a Tito's soda, and she's like, $6.50.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because Tito's soda, Nashville, $13.50.
Yes.
I'm like, hold up. I'm like, you know what? Ring me up for a second one.
Yes.
Because at this point, I'm pulling out a $20 bill
Yes.
to help cover this.
Do you remember I took her line dancing one day?
Bro,
I took her to
crazy town
to go line dancing. And it was a light night. It was like a Thursday. Nothing crazy.
20 minutes out of Nashville.
Yeah. It's
right?
It's 30 minutes.
Okay.
30,
Yeah.
And we go there. You pay a cover fee. It's like $8 to get in. It's whatever. But I mean, it's a fun time. You're doing all these line dances. It's really fun. The bartenders are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I vibe with all of them.
Very nice. Very nice.
And you're getting your vodka sodas. I usually, if I go and I'm drinking, I'll usually do a Crown Vanilla and Diet or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The tab. And we got shots too. The tab was like less than $30.
$30 less than.
That is
I
crazy.
had 3 drinks and a shot, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
It was $30. That makes no sense to me. Like, I get it. It's a small
makes me
town.
ill.
Yeah.
It makes me ill.
If we were to go out in like downtown Nashville, God forbid, the tab would probably be at least like $70. If you're having 3 drinks each and shots.
For 3 neutral seltzers, so it's like they're not in Connecticut yet or anything, so my Connecticut listeners, like, I took my cousin out and she loves the neutrals, vodka seltzers, whatever. I ordered 3 watermelon neutrals, $42.
It's insane.
$42.
And they're the tall boys, right? The Trulies, or are they
the regular. They don't make
insane.
neutral in the tall boy size.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
But and granted, at the store, neutrals are expensive because they're new. So, like, whatever, doesn't matter. $42 for 3 canned drinks. But it's the same thing. I went to Whiskey Row, not to call you guys out, like, you need to make your money or whatever, even though you guys make so much fucking money in a day. I ordered four Tito sodas, and it was up to 70 something.
It's crazy.
It's theft.
It's crazy. And that's only downtown. If you go to East Nashville, night and day. If you go to Printer's Alley, like Alley Taps, if you go to Miss Kelly's, night and day. But for some reason, downtown,
Broadway,
honky tonk, us, any hotel, they jack the prices up like crazy.
And you cannot tell me that it's to clean the streets of Nashville.
No,
I'm so tired of hearing that. I'm so tired of being forced to tell people that. Tired of it.
Yeah, that's BS.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
That's straight BS.
I simply cannot. So,
the last one that I wanted to talk about. Look, and we're still on tipping, by the way. We're still on tipping. Come here. Come here. Bring the camera in. I am not a charity case. If you are rounding up, look, this is not the Salvation Army. This is not fucking Make-A-Wish. This is not none of that shit. Do not round up your tip 20 cents just to reach the nearest dollar. You can keep your little quarter and a couple of pennies, okay? Keep your shit. Don't do that charity case bullshit. You can keep it. Really? If you're going out, and I get it, look, we just talked about it. It's expensive. It's expensive to drink in Nashville. It's probably expensive to drink in other places too. If your tab is let's say $42.25 and you tip me for 75 cents, you can keep that little bullshit change, okay?
this ain't the Red Cross.
I don't want that, okay? This ain't going to Toys for Tots. It's going to a grown-ass woman who has to pay all her bills. Do not round up. I am not charity. I'm a grown-ass woman who has to take care of her and her cat. I pay utilities. I pay bills.
Both kind of cats.
Exactly. I pay for Peacock. I pay for fucking Netflix. I pay for Amazon
we don't even
Prime.
have time to watch.
I pay for Spotify. I pay for Amazon Music. Do you think your little 75 bullshit change is gonna take care of my expenses? Hell no. Keep your little bullshit change.
I'm gonna let her take care of that one. She covered just about everything. Can we just high five? That was flawless behavior.
Keep it. Because someone tipped me 28 cents trying to round up the other day. What did you think? What do you think that's gonna do for me? Do you think that's gonna do anything? Don't go out. At that point, just stay in. You can buy yourself a little handle of Tito's, handle of I forgot what it. some bullshit gin, buy a little Burnett's and take your little booth thing to your couch and have a little Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Don't come to my bar trying to do that.
Have like a fucking alcohol delivery service or something, because we don't want to see you. We want to see you on the way fucking out. We don't want to see you ever again.
That's some crap.
That was flawless. I don't have anything to add to that, because that was just, the execution was delivered.
This is not a charity case. You are at a craft cocktail bar and you're rounding up to the nearest dollar. And look, you're not 21 doing this. You are a grown ass 35-year-old man taking your girlfriend or your Tinder date or your Hinge date out on a quick date. And I'm so glad that this girl that is your Tinder date is part of the hospitality business. And if she would have seen that, she would have blocked you, swiped left, and canceled your ass.
When they like try to hide it from their girls,
100%. Yeah,
it is hilarious. Because then when they tip me shitty and I notice, I'll slide it down the bar a little further just in case she turns around. That's my trick. You want to talk about Houdini? I'll fucking match you. I slide that slip down because I notice if it's a young girl who's kind of tatted up, who kind of looks similar to one of us, she's in the industry or she has been once in her life.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I had a girl too that it was her and her boyfriend because I was chatting them up a little bit. She was working at one of these Black-owned bars in Nashville, and she was just a real cute girl, and she was there with her boyfriend, and they got a couple of drinks. I gave him the tab because he put on his card, and he didn't leave a very good tip. She looked at him, took out her wallet, and put cash on the bar, and then they walked off.
She probably whooped his ass later.
I would have.
No, I'd be like, in front of the bartender, I'd be like, this is heinous. This is a crime. This is a crime. You know what, babe? I should maybe take care of it.
At that point, I don't even want you to pay for my drink. I'll pay for myself. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna act like that,
hey, babe, can you split it?
Yeah. You know what? I'm on a tangent right now. I kind of just have to speak about something else. For the girlfriend that I was just mentioned, that's on the Tinder date with that dude that doesn't tip or doesn't take care of you, girl, dish his ass because I went on a date this one time. I went on a date and we went to a little bar and we got some food and we got a couple drinks.
Okay, you got to be more specific. When?
It was, what year is it? Girl, I don't even know what year it is. It was 2021. Either 2021 or 2022. Girl, I don't know. I really don't know.
So you know he got that stimmy.
He got a...
You know he got a stimmy check.
Probably.
He got the stimmy.
Some BS, yeah.
He got it.
We went on a date and we got some food. And he asked me, he was like, I want to have another drink. Are you going to have another drink? Usually, if I think you're asking me if we're going to have another drink, that you're going to pay for it, right?
Of course.
Right. So I'm like, yeah, I'll have another drink. And
you're offering at that point.
Exactly. You're like,
that's an offer.
Because I'm having one. Yeah, obviously. If you were to say, no, I'm not having another drink, I'm going to be like, okay. I'm trying to match your energy. We're communicating right now. You're telling me that you're going to have another drink. I'm going to match you. At the end of the night, the bartender said, so are we going to be together? He said, no, we're separate. And I looked at him like, okay, I guess we're separate. And he was bragging to me. He was like, I always take care of the bartender. Like I always like tip them really well. And then he went to the bathroom and the bartender was like, I can't believe he didn't pay for your food. That's the last time you're going to see him. I said, you damn straight.
Have you ever seen him again?
No.
Did he hit you up after that?
Absolutely. 1,000% he did.
So you didn't like go home with him, nothing? Girl.
And like, I'm not trying to say, if a man pays for your food, you should go home with him. You do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. You like, girl, like.
I'm just checking in.
Yes, exactly. You are not, this man is not entitled to you because he pays for your food. If you don't want to go home with him and he pays for your food, that is your decision.
Don't go home with that
Do
bastard.
not go home with him.
Don't.
He's
Show him you're worth
expecting
more
things
than
from
just
you.
dinner.
That is showing you down the line what's going to be in store for you.
Mm-hmm.
He is not entitled to you because he paid for your shit. You go to fuck home, girl, because you don't want to do this.
Go home.
If he respected you as a woman and as a person, he would say, that's fine. I had a great time. I'm still going to pay for you. That's what a respectful gentleman would do. If he's not doing that, girl, he can kick rocks. He can go to the curb.
Go home, hit up another Tinder date. If your cat is fiending, feed it with someone else.
Exactly. Girl.
On God. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know how it got to this point, but also this needed to be said. Also, women empowerment shit. All of this needed to be said.
We just saw Beyonce, guys. So so like, who run the world?
Ooh, she drunk.
Who run the world? Girls, okay? Oh. So how do you keep yourself motivated at work when you're just, working a double, working long hours, it's fucking hot, or you just hate your fucking life? How do you stay motivated? Well, not us, but some people love drugs. So we're going to get a little bit into the white stuff. Yes. So, viewer discretion advised, we're going to talk about cocaine.
Cocaine. Everything. Just like
all the drugs. We'll talk about all the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it. So personally for me, after a long, really stressful shift, I love to smoke weed, to unwind. There was a shift when I worked in Connecticut with my boy Andy. Love you, baby. That's my boy. We were bartending. We got lit. It wasn't like there wasn't many rules. Like we would get lit behind the bar and we matched energy. So we were like perfect together, perfect dynamic behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever. He gave me his weed pen. I took it to the bathroom and I got really fucked up to the point where I was like a zombie. I was like, okay, Natalie, you know your limits. Maybe never do that again. Sure, that's fine. But not many people like to smoke weed behind the bar, and I don't fucking blame them. I like to do it at home on the way home when I'm about to unwind. But there have been in both of our experiences where people like to do the sugar booger in the bathroom. So let's talk a little bit about that. Have you ever done that during work?
I personally no, because
I have not either.
I don't do any sort of drugs. Of course, everyone has their like little experimental time in college. That's the time to do things. But as a grown woman that's not in school anymore, I just prefer to just not indulge in that thing because it doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
So the only thing that I do is I drink at this point. That's the only poison that's entering this body. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you can always tell when a bartender is a little out.
The eyes.
Yes.
The eyes, Chico, they never lie.
Yeah. It's that. It's the sporadic movements in slurred speech. Mm-hmm. It's and I get it's supposed to be like an enhancement drug.
It's the grinding for me of the teeth.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to make sure that you're on top of things and you're getting to everything super quickly. But I mean,
have you ever done before?
Yes, in college. Sorry, mother.
I have too. I did it in college. I have a story. I'm not going to tell it. It's kind of personal. Mm-hmm. I did it in a bad way. Not off of someone's ass crack or something like that. It was more dumb, but not, okay, whoa. Not more dumb than that, but I have. And I promised I would never do it again. So that was in 2016. I did it again in April of this year. And I was I know exactly why I wouldn't do it, because this is the shit that gets you addicted to drugs.
Absolutely.
Because holy shit, you do feel, I'm not glorifying drugs. I have family members who are drug addicts that have ruined our family dynamic. Like, there's no way that I support this or anything.
Yeah.
But it does make you feel crazy. Like, you can run a marathon, you can conquer the world. Like that movie with Bradley Cooper when he accesses the other part of his brain. I forgot what it was called. But it makes you feel like that. Like, it's just crazy. However, I don't think that I would be able to bartend on it.
Absolutely not.
I feel like I would be neurotic, and I feel like someone would order one cocktail, and I would focus so heavy in on the one cocktail out of the 5 they ordered and try to make that one so perfect that I'd be like, wait, so what was the other one?
Yeah.
What was this one? That it just wouldn't work out. So, I mean, if you want to be private or be public and tell us about your experience with that bartending, we're about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about it. I'm not going to do it. I can't afford it. I'm in debt. And not only can I not afford it, I care about my health a little bit. But I would love to hear about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that drug. Then there's roofies.
Yeah.
Then there's roofies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hate this part. I've never been roofied.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like my shrooms incident, maybe I have and I'm just like mentally can conquer. No, there's no way. Roofies is a different type of fucking ball game.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend who was at my bachelorette. She felt it for the next fucking day and a half. That shit's scary. If you do that to people, women, men, whoever does that to people, you are literal dumpster fire trash, bro.
Yeah. I've had, actually, one of my friends has gotten roofied too. We were actually working together at the time, but he was like having a night out with like some of his friends, and he ended up getting roofied at the bar, and he didn't know where to go, so he came to work because he knew there were going to be people that watch out for him.
Mm-hmm.
But the entire time he couldn't keep his head up at the bar.
Was that at the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're fighting to stay awake.
Yes. And the only thing he could do is just like get out of that space and go to the safest place that he knew. And that was us. That was the hotel. Because he knew that we weren't just going to we're going to be like, okay, you need to go. No, we're going to be like, are you good?
So he's mentally strong for that, to be like, basically, because it's poison.
Mm-hmm.
So to be poisoned like that and to be like, my instinct, fight or flight, go to where I know.
Mm-hmm.
Go to people I'm comfortable with. Go to people I know have my back.
Yeah.
And will go to war for me. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That's some God complex shit right there.
And the good thing was none of the like managers gave him a hard time for it, because I mean, I always say this: put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
If that had happened to you in like a club space or anything like that, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and just take it, or are you going to enter into fight or flight mode and try to escape the space and go to somewhere that you feel comfortable around people that can make it comfortable for you,
right?
And make it feel safe for you. So in that moment, no one looked at, we were looking at him at first because everyone thought that he was like drunk. We were like, oh, here he comes, he's drunk. But then you start to look at his mannerisms. You start to look at how he's acting. It's
different than being drunk.
Yes.
It's very different.
If you're drunk, okay, you're going to be all over the place. He was fighting to stay awake.
Right.
And at that point, it was like, okay, something is actually wrong with him. Because it's not like, it wasn't like, it's something like this. Or
you're talking, but words aren't coming out. Like,
it was
you're
that
trying so hard to talk. It's scary, very scary. And another thing too, I remember for a while on social media there were videos of like people, like it wasn't real roofies, obviously, but like it showed like girls or guys sitting at the bar and they're just sitting like this talking to the person next to them, and saying Nia was like the roofier. She would just put something in my drink and then I would go take a sip. And it was like seeing if, you know, if the bartender was right there, if they would say something or not, which are kind of fucked up videos too, but like it's also very interesting to see and very like awakening. Like it's huge. Like it's so easy and it's obviously not your fault. Like even if you leave your drink unattended at the bar, like you think maybe like, you know, it happened at my bachelorette. Like all your girls are gonna sit and watch, but like there's so much going on. There's overstimulation. You can't like blame anyone, and specifically yourself. People are douchebags. People are gonna try to take advantage of you. There's bad people on this planet. So we've talked about this once before in the woos of death, but you have to be hypersensitive to what's going on around you. Even when you're drunk, you have to unfortunately keep your fucking drink in your hand, like so secured. And even when you don't, like I'm one who talks with my hands and flails around. I can literally go like this, and not that someone's gonna be like, yeah, let's whip it out real quick, like, but, and also like things I listen in like serial killer podcasts or like true crime podcasts, you never think it's going to happen to you.
Right.
But that's how you become a statistic, because you're like, I don't want to be dramatic. It's never going to happen to me. You never know, baby. Baby, you don't know.
Yep. Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
It's a sad, cruel world.
Yeah. That's why it's like, if you go out and you know that you're going in like a big group and that there's a chance that this could happen to you, there are things that you can do. There are things that you can purchase to make sure that these things are not going to happen to you. They have these little caps that go over your drink now, and you put your straw through it, something like that. Easiest thing you can do. If you're out, you know, I usually don't like to like touch the rim of my drink. If you see me out, when I'm out, my hand will be over my drink.
I have noticed that.
I do that a lot, because I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. I just take these
Precautions.
Exactly. Just to make sure that these things aren't going to happen to you. If you feel comfortable going out by yourself, take these precautions. The best thing that you can do in these instances is go in a larger group, because say this happens to you, and I have witnessed this happen, even not to just him, but to one of my friends in college. Just, you know, it's better to go in a large group, because if that guy starts to like, you know, try to reel you in while
Finesse.
you're gonna be like, no, you need to back away from my friend. She's with us. She's not going anywhere. She's definitely not going with you.
And that happened at my bachelorette.
Yeah.
We're like, no Spider-Man t-shirt, we're good.
Exactly. Yep. So, I mean, in the best instance, like if you're planning on having like a big night out, like especially if you, let's say you're coming to Nashville and you plan on having a good time, you plan on going on Broadway. There are a lot of crazies on Broadway, not just the ones that you see dancing in the middle of the street, the ones that are in the club, at Jason Aldean's, at Whiskey Row, at Tootsie's, at Nudies. The crazies are out there. Go in a large group.
Out of their mind.
Exactly. Go in a large group. Go with a big group of friends, and say, God forbid something happens to you. Someone's going to stick up for you. Someone's going to be like, no, this is my girl. I'm going to take care of her. There's always at least one person in a big group that's going to take care of you. So just take the precautions when you're going out. Yeah. Because you don't want to be part of the statistic.
No. Nope.
Hey, I feel like we've been ranting a lot.
We've been ranting, but I feel like this is a really good, insightful, funny, hopefully you think we're funny, episode. I think we should end here and then, you know, go about our day. Because, you know, we've been we've been really back in the groove, you know.
We are finally back on track.
My fault. I'll take blame.
It's not just you. I mean, you know, we have other jobs. You know, this is now one of our jobs and obligations. But on top of that, our schedules just haven't aligned, and we just haven't had a time to just get together and start to film. So now we're back on track, and even though she's leaving, it might just be like a blessing in disguise where we'll start to have more time to record and start to put out more episodes, because we want to be able to put out more content for y'all. Like, we want to be able to reach out to y'all and be able to put out more content so that we can reach a broader audience and that we can start to reel people in, because these are important things that we're talking about. You know, we're not just catering to, you know, the people that bartend. We're also just catering to everybody. You know, we're talking about women empowerment stuff, talking about our tender days. I just sat here and talked about how you need to walk away from that tenderment. You know, like, it's just like, we're just trying to reach a broader audience, and we need y'all's participation. We need y'all to share our content with your friends, your family, your co-workers, employees, anybody. Just put our content out there, because we're just trying to reach a wider audience.
Yes.
Amen.
That was beautiful. Yeah, we want to, like, incite people with fun, be lighthearted. Of course, we have, like, deeper episodes and stuff like that, but we really want to educate in our silly, goofy way, but we also want to, like, look out for people, because holy shit, I feel like I lived 10 lifetimes in my one. And I just want everyone to be safe, happy, not murdered, not the other stuff. And that's that.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. So we thank you so much for tuning in. You know, we thank you for the support. Every like, comment, subscription.
You're right.
Subscription. Listen, it means a lot. We just hit 250 downloads over the time we started, over all our episodes, which seems like a small number on the scale of, like, you know, the bigger podcast, but that means the world to us. That's big to us.
Right.
So we want to thank you, show our love, show our gratitude. Where can you find us?
On all platforms. Just make sure that you look up our handle at Fullfiguredofficial. Watch our podcast on YouTube. You can listen and stream our podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. We are out there. We are catering to you. This is for you and by us.
Yes.
So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Once again, we raise our glasses.
Empty as always. To you.
Thank you so much, and we will see you.
Artlist.io.
I just